Good morning. I'm Thomas Buchanan. I'm on maintenance. This is maintenance week 21. Wow, I've been at this 21 weeks. That's amazing. Maintenance week 21, day 5. TGIF, it is Friday. We made it another week. Got up this morning, weighed in at 201.6. So, let me apologize in advance because most of this video is going to be directed towards you folks on maintenance, not you folks who are on a water fast. So let me just say that up front. With that being said, I had not one but two requests. Well, let me stop and say everybody who watches my channel for any period of time knows I'm an acute diabetic. That means I ate too many donuts, I drank too much soda, I ate too much cake, I ate too many cookies, and so now I'm an acute diabetic. Okay. Almost died twice on the table and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not looking for pity or sympathy. It is what it is. And by the way, diabetes, I don't care what your doctor tells you, diabetes, once you get it, you have it for life. No amount of weight loss, no amount of anything you do is going to rid your body of diabetes. I don't care what they say. All right, so I had not one but two viewers who happened also to be diabetics. The one said, I don't agree with your position on coffee while you're on maintenance. And the other one said, I definitely don't agree with the quantity of that water that you're telling us to drink while we're on maintenance. Um, I'll take you on both at the same time. I weighed in this morning at 201.6. I don't weigh myself on the weekends. It will be interesting come Monday morning to see what I weigh. I'm going to predict right here, right now, I'm going to gain a couple pounds over the weekend. We'll see. Because this is what I'm going to do. For the gentleman who challenged me about the amount of water that he drinks or does not drink, I've already told him, I'm going to drink the same quantity water you drank for the last 2 days. And we'll see what I weigh on Monday. For the gentleman challenging me on coffee, I've already asked. I know how much coffee you've consumed over the past 2 days. I'm going to consume the same amount. We'll see how much weight I gain. I mean, you're going to lose. I'm going to kick your butt. I'm going to gain weight. Let's see how much I gain. I predict at least a couple of pounds. And maybe more. Who knows? This is what you've got to understand being a diabetic. Your body processes food differently. Your body processes liquids differently. And until you get it, I'm sending you air quotes, until you get it, you're never going to lose weight and keep it off and be able to maintain your weight. You know, I have been known in the past to accept viewer challenges. This is one I can kill two birds with one stone from YouTube. Oh, this will be great. But my point in drinking what you've drunk over the past 2 days in the for coffee and for water, is it's important that you understand the why. And the why is you're already diabetic. Now, you're not an acute diabetic like me, but your body is going to process everything differently, just being a straight diabetic. Okay, I'm an overachiever. I know that. And let me just pause here and say, again, it's really important that you understand that. It's very important that you understand. I can't overemphasize it enough for you. You know, being a diabetic, especially for the viewer who has challenged me on the coffee issue. Oh, come on. Being a diabetic, when you consume a cup of coffee, you spike your blood sugar up. And then after a few minutes, your blood sugar crashes and you feel tired. And what do? You go get another cup of coffee and you spike your blood sugar back up. And after a few minutes or a half hour or an hour or whatever, how long it takes, your blood sugar crashes again. And it's that yo-yo that happens when you're in the workplace. I mean, your employer wants you to be as productive as possible. He'll give away free coffee to you. Coffee has caffeine. Caffeine makes you hyper. When you're hyper, you work faster. Therefore, you produce more. Therefore, he makes more money. I mean, you've got to get this. So I don't weigh myself Saturday and Sunday, never have, probably never will. We'll see where I'm at on Monday. As of Friday morning, I weighed in at 201.6. Let's see what Monday brings. You know, part of you all who are on maintenance, part of being able to manage your weight is directly related to you understanding what you're eating, why you're eating, when you eat, what you eat, the quantities you eat, and where you eat. You've got to get that. You've got to be laser focused on that. I don't care if you're at a social, fall festival, office party, whether you're having lunch with coworkers, I don't care if you're eating with relatives, spouses, your family. I just don't care because it makes no difference. You've got to understand how important that is. Again, you've got to be laser focused on that. You can't let your guard down. You can never again go to an all you can eat buffet. You should never, ever let your mom, your wife, your brother, your sister, your coworker serve you food. Because when you do that, you give them carte blanche to determine for you how much you're going to eat because they control your serving size. You should always take a minimum amount of food. That way, if you go back for seconds, and let me just stop right there, because again, for you folks on maintenance, you should never go back for seconds. I don't care how delicious the food is. I don't care how well the food was prepared. It doesn't matter. You never go back for seconds. But if you do go back for seconds, and you've listened to me when you initially put food on your plate and you took just the bare minimum amount of food, then when you go back and get additional food, because you took so little food the first time, it will be less impactful on you and your weight when you go back for seconds. But I'm not giving you permission to go back for seconds. You should never, ever, ever go back for seconds. You should never, when you eat out at a restaurant, ask for one of those styrofoam take home containers. You should never take food home. Yes, it's wasteful. Yes, I know you paid for it. Just trust me on this. You folks on maintenance are doing a great job. I had another person on their water fast. They acknowledged they cheated on Halloween and they ate some candy. That's okay. You and I are adults. We have no willpower. That's why when you start your water fast, I tell you, throw out the ice cream, get rid of the cake, get rid of the cookies, get rid of the potato chips. That's my kryptonite. Get rid of the pizza. Get rid of anything that's going to tempt you. Because you and I are adults. We have no willpower. But what you've got to do now that you cheated is you start back on week one, day one, and you have to go another 7 days with no food, no water, no coffee, no tea, no liquids of any kind. And it's important that you understand the why on that also. Why? Because this is not intermittent fasting. This is a full-blown water fast. The first 7 days, you're purging your body of the liquids, the food, the garbage you've been eating. About day 4 to somewhere between day 4 and day 6, you throw your body into ketosis. That's just a fancy medical term that means this. Your body wakes up on day 4 and says, this idiot hasn't given me caffeine, liquids, has not given me food for 3 days. Now it's day 4. I've got to find something to burn as fuel to keep this person alive. I think I'll burn the fat around his or her waist, buttocks, and thighs. And so your body starts that process. And when your body enters into ketosis, that's what your body is doing. It's finally starting to burn the actual fat inside your body. And that's when you actually start to lose weight. Any weight that you lose from day 1 to day 3 to day 4, it's liquid weight. You basically are peeing out liquid weight. That you're peeing out liquid. That's all you're doing from day 1 to day 4. And that's why I tell you, for those of you cheated on Halloween, go back to day 1, week 1, and start all over. Because it's important that you go back into ketosis. And that will not happen on the first or the second or the third day. It's either going to happen on day 4, 5, or 6. That's generally when your body goes into ketosis. See, I tell you the why on this channel. I just don't tell you, do this or don't do this, because I say I am the greatest. I am all-knowing. I don't do that. I want you to understand the why you do something or you don't do something, so you'll know. I want you to understand you'll never walk through the doors of a restaurant that has an all-you-can-eat buffet. You will never, ever do that again. And if you're not willing to make that lifestyle change, then go pig out at your local buffet. Eat everything you want. Because somebody's got a double wide casket waiting with your name on it. Think about it. Or let me challenge you to do this. Let me challenge you to go to one of those buffets. You get to buy no food, no food at all. I want you to sit and I want you to observe the number of fat and obese people at those buffets. And then when you've seen enough, I want you to get up and leave. Point made. That's all I've got for you today. It's TGIF. Make it a great weekend. And I fully expect to be a pound or 2 or more heavier come Monday morning based on my 2 challenges. We'll see what happens. It's going to be wet here in Texas. So if you're in Texas, watch out for the storms. And I will see you on Monday.